Daily Post shared news of what Asari Dokubo said. Nigeria blasted the ex-militant for declaring his own Biafra government, which he called the Biafran de facto customary government, BCG. Dokubo launched the group yesterday after daring Nigerian government. Nigerians, especially the Igbos, didn't take it lightly with him. They blasted him because it is obvious he is broke and wants to cash out with the strategy. Some of them said that he is doing it to distract Nnamdi Kanu. However, Dokubo declared himself the leader of the group and also promised to tackle the insecurity challenges faced by the Igbos. As Okoro said, don't use your style of selfish craving to masquerade open eyes. IPOP as one leader we listen to. He has the right to declare Biafra, not you. If you want to dialogue with government, better meet them as usual. Don't use Biafra as a negotiations tool. And as Cohen said, he is definitely broke and needs another strategy to cash out from the government. Another says here that Asari, who talks from his mouth, ears and anus, can never be trusted after he must have lavished the money used in lobbying him by Uche Mefo and other saboteurs. He will change immediately by speaking from one of his openings that Niger Delta is South-South. Traitors. Yes, this news broadcast yesterday and everybody was like surprised that this same man, and again, some of the is from the Niger Delta, is neither here nor there. They will tell you, oh, they are not a Biafra, they are not this and that, this and that. And me, I've already told Nnamdi and his people, forget it. Even some of the countries, we have some of the countries in this world, they are not even up to one state in southeast southeast states. Yes, they are countries. How many? What is their total? What is it called? Their population. So if you have a 5 eastern states, definitely you can go with that. You can go with that. So anybody who wants to join, fine. If they don't want to join, you don't even need all of those things to be dragging. They will not tell you, oh, it is because of the oil, it is because of the whatever in the south. That is why they are trying to drag it. You guys, you know your worth. Everybody knows his or her own worth. If you believe oil is everything about your life, good and fine. You guys have your worth. And what are Igbos known for? What are Igbos known for? Everybody knows what what they stand for and what they are known for. They are not even even while I was growing up, I never even knew that maybe some part of them they have maybe oil or whatever. They are known for hard work. They are known for people who are into business fully. They are big time, I don't even know how to put it, big time businessmen. At least that is a layman definition of which I can really put it. They are, when you talk about business, take one or two things, bring it together, make things happen. Buy and sell. They can still manufacture. Not that they can see, they manufacture. Not that they can, oh, that is one of their even key strengths. They manufacture, when it comes to business. So when people talk about oil, it is a lazy man way of talking to we have oil, and that is why Nigeria is what it is today. We can't even diversify. Buhari, all of them, before Buhari came, they've been talking about diversification. None of them can do that. That is why you see that the governors are so lazy. They will not be lying. It is because of some whatever are in concurrent list. They are wanting list. All those their excuses they always bring up because they don't want to put their heads together, because there's already a pattern at which they get money from the federal government every month. And where did they get it from? The chunk money they get is from the oil. And at the end of the day, you see people be lazing around. They don't want to do anything. They're just talking about oil. I told them, you guys should forget anybody who does not want to join this. Forget them. And everybody is experiencing what we are going through in this country. If you don't have moral justification, that is what I stand for. You have no moral justification to criticize the Biafrans or their leadership and the way they do their things. If Nigeria cannot do the right thing, if Nigeria that you are supporting cannot even do the right thing, you are there still complaining, and you don't even know how to go about it, because those who have hijacked all the power and the resources, starting from your own constituency, up, down, at the federal level. and you don't have voice to talk, you don't have mouth to talk, and you'll be criticizing them. So if the people said, oh, we want this thing, we don't want, leave them alone. Why? When you know your worth, why should you be dragging? They say, when they talk about oil, it baffles me. Even that Niger Delta we talk about, we have a lot of people who came from Niger Delta. If you are not part of the people who are part of the Egbeweja, those are the militants, those are the people they are concentrating on. What about an average Niger Delta? Hybrid Niger Delta, and that is how these people. I don't even get the rationale behind that. You have separate some people. You are going to be paying them so that they will not talk. Then what happens to the rest people? As a Niger Delta, can you just come out and be bold? Yes, I'm from that oil region, a state, one of the states in the oil region. Can you bold how to say that the people who are enjoying this are the militants? They call them ex-militants. They are the people that they are paying. You as an average Deltan, do they pay you? What do you get? You are just looking at them, just like the way Nigerians are looking at the politicians. All of us, we escort them on this world. And that is what government does. Once they see that there are some people that want to stand up to them, the next thing, they will just try to arrange those people and begin to settle them. Yes, they settle them and they bind the rest people to the Philistine. That's why they will be coming up with this empowerment this, empowerment that. So everybody knows the antecedents of this Asari Dokubo. They know it. So why would he come out now to do what? Everybody now knows what is happening. Even the tricks that the politicians are playing, Nigerians now know. Majority of the people now know, but some people, because they are lazy, they cannot think, they cannot even think they can stand on their own. What you are going to be getting from all these politicians once in 4 years, peanuts that will not even sustain you that very day. You are because of that, you are still hoping. You want to just drag something from them. You now be looking at the other side. You can't stand for what you know. You can't stand for the right thing because you just want to, because you are looking up to people who have even made your life miserable. So of course I'm not going to be surprised with the reactions of people towards Asari Dokubo. He has worked with Wazirike, this and this and that. None of them has even taken this whole thing to the level at which Nnamdi Kanu has taken this whole thing to. Believe you me, the day Nnamdi Kanu will disappoint the people too. They will unfollow him. So people know those who are genuine. And if you are pretending to be genuine, it's in no distant time, people will definitely know. They will definitely know. So when this man came out yesterday, I was just like, what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Does this really make sense? All this while people have been talking, you guys have been on ground. You have never talked about the insecurity going on, the excesses of this Fulani S-men. You never said anything. Even while a lot of people are even waiting for the Niger Delta people. I could remember vividly last year when the Fulani people or the S-men, they hit especially Delta. I can remember that vividly. And up to today, the governor of the state is still expecting Buhari to say something. We know a lot of things that happened in Delta State. When these S-men, they went there and they dared the policemen. They couldn't do anything. The governor is still folding his arms. Did we hear from Niger Deltans? No, when it comes to when they are not being paid their remunerations or what they have promised them, why other people are suffering, that is when you see them coming out. We are going to blow out this, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. These are the people who have benefited Nigeria with the politicians. You are not coming back. And somebody who is not in Nigeria, the Kanu who is not in Nigeria, that hypocrites and cowards are always telling him to come back. All of your governors are there. They can't protect you. But this man, at least to a very large extent, the Southeasterners can even have they can experience relative peace from the hands of these S-men. You see the way they are tossing and they are bragging with the Southwest, this so-called Fulani S-men. But at least to a very large extent, the people, even if you want to go to Southeast now, you go think now, you go think, you don't go just carry yourself like that. But in Southwest, the Fulani men with all the things that are happening, they will still carry themselves and just say, what you now go feed do? You, Asari Dokubo, you have been there, now not do anything. The other day, Wazirike coming out to tell Nnamdi Kanu to submit. See, if Nnamdi Kanu does something that is not right, we will still say we are not followers of anybody. Some people say, oh, you talk about Biafra. When Igboho came, we saw that this guy is really, what is up. We are talking about what people are experiencing. And a lot of people kept quiet, not until when this man came out. And you see that enemy of progress, they just want to bring you down. Don't even say anything. So now this man just came out and began to tell us that Biafra this and that, you want to fight insecurity. They talk, you won't fight, you don't already talk about it. Have you ever aligned with the people? Have you ever compensate? No, defend the people? Have you ever asked them what did they carry? No, you never asked. It just came out. We want to, and somebody who is far away outside Nigeria was the one that constituted Eastern Security Network. And when I did there, was looking they tell Nnamdi Kanu say make he submit this thing, Gian. Is make he submit hand over the Eastern Security Network. Make he submit and give the governors, the Southeast governors. All of a sudden again, the Southeast governors say, hey, make una come, oh, Nnamdi Kanu don't hijack this, and I say, oh, these people know they shame at all. So when people come out and begin to say they know everyone's antecedents. Even the Wazirike, they know. See, it is not you. It might not be you that will start something that will finish it. But the end point is that what people are asking for, let them get it at the end of the day, because a lot of people will fall by the wayside. If God says that Biafra is going to come through Nnamdi Kanu, good and fine. If God says he's going to come through another person, but there are some people who will lay this in. But at some point, if you are beginning to get cold, other people will take over. I remember when I just heard when Wazirike, it has been boasting that he was the one who started this. Then what came up? You cannot tell us that Nnamdi Kanu bribed everybody, because people began to see your trend and they began to see that this is not the man that we need to follow. And you're not bragging that Nnamdi Kanu has hijacked whatever, you started it. Then what went wrong along the line? This man is coming again. Even the MEFO, I don't even want to talk about that, because that one is just is a supporting document, is a supporting whatever, whosoever that you want to support. But somebody is not coming, want to be what? When your people believe in Biafra? Your people, do they believe in Biafra? So guys, let's hear your opinion. Let's know what you think about this whole thing, because a lot of people have been bashing Asari Dokubo left, right, and center.